You're such an asshole.
Hi, Aaron. How could I get you to make a video about the breakfast question? Well, you pay me. So you get anyone to do anything, you pay them. So I looked it up. You sent me a link. The breakfast question, about the breakfast question, or how would you have felt if you hadn't eaten breakfast? Sorry. The breakfast question, or how would you have felt if you hadn't eaten breakfast? This is a bait question that references a 4chan story of a grad student who allegedly performed IQ research on convicts at San Quentin State Prison. During the research, individuals with low IQ struggled to simulate the hypothetical situation in their minds, instead answering that they did have breakfast. Online, the question has been used in internet arguments as a conspicuous way to indicate that one's opponent is unintelligent, while the posts have often been referenced in memes or memes. All right, so I'm looking at it. So here's the original screenshot. It's the thumbnail. So NP, I don't know what NP means. I did IQ research as a grad student, and it involved a lot of this stuff. Did you know that most people, 95% plus, with an IQ less than 90, can't understand conditional hypotheticals? For example, how would you have felt yesterday evening if you hadn't eaten breakfast or lunch? And then the guy answers, what do you mean? I did eat breakfast and lunch. And then the interviewer says, yes, but if you had not, how would you have felt? And then the guy responds, says, why are you saying that I didn't eat breakfast? I just told you that I did. And then the interviewer says, imagine that you hadn't eaten it though. How would you have felt? And then the person says, I don't understand the question. It's really fascinating. We did research on convicts in San Quentin. They're absolute, and it's bleeped out or faded out. They're absolute dumb shits. What? At least 50% illiterate. Well, we got to keep on breeding without fathers. You girls keep banging those. I know. There's Tony Stark, right? And then there's President Obama. Oh, girls are getting wet. And then there's the guy, the fictional character in 50 Shades of Grey. And the girl's like, oh my God, he's perfect. Except for, ladies and gentlemen, who is the number one man all women would throw the 3 previous men I said away for just one night of passionate, rough sex with? That's right, our good buddy T-Rash. Girls love convicts. Oh, you girls just can't get enough convict dick. And you love them so much, you won't be on the birth control. Forget Chad Elkins, reliable, good-looking guy who works out and makes money. No, you want a street thug. You want, it's not even that they're dangerous necessarily, but you want truly stupid people because they'll ravish you. Oh, yeah. There you go. Let's go to war to protect these ladies. If every single incarcerated person was summarily whoa, okay, it gets a little dark here. If every single incarcerated person was summarily executed tomorrow, I think America would be debt-free within 5 years. That's how much damage these people do to the economy. They must cost taxpayers millions, perhaps tens of millions, over the course of their evil lives. Well, hold on. All right. Well, that's wrong on several things. First, if every single incarcerated person was summarily executed tomorrow, America would not be debt-free within 5 years because they're incarcerated. They're not part of the economy. Now, yeah, they take some money. I would say maybe at most a couple $100 billion. I don't even think it takes $1 trillion. If you looked at what it costs to incarcerate our prison population, you're not even at a full trillion. I could be wrong. But even if it was $1 trillion, you're still like at like 5%. And so I'm saying it's too small to solve our problems in 5 years. And a problem that criminals might be in general to the population pales nowhere near comparison to people outside of prison who still fuck it up. I'll give you a perfect example. K through college education. Right there, I think we do spend $1 trillion a year. And you get nothing for that. If you want to like focus on, here's where do you focus? You'd focus on education, you revamp it. You focus on the finance industry, particularly the banks. those two areas right there, if you streamline them and say, no, you're not lending money to dumb people who can't pay it back, then maybe we get debt free within 10. But however unintelligent people might be as criminals, they're not the reason we're failing. I mean, the real would be welfare. That would be the main one is government handouts of all the different various programs and all that. The welfare state would have to be tackled way more than criminals. That's how much damage these people do to the economy. No, it's not that much. Nowhere near as much. They must have cost the taxpayers millions, perhaps tens of millions over the course of their evil lives. All right, let's stop. The person writing this ain't that bright, or at least is very ignorant about economics. Tens of millions? That's not a lot of money for a population of 300 million people with a GDP of about 20 trillion. These people, crime costs people way more than tens of millions. Way more. So this person lacks the scope of how big the economy is, what damage crime costs, which has got to be at least in the hundreds of billions, I would say, at least in the United States. And then course of their evil lives. Well, hold on, wait a minute. To be evil, you'd have to knowingly, like, I'm going to commit crime. Which, okay, I would argue most of the people in prison would be evil. I mean, maybe not Satan himself, but they committed an evil act, namely theft or violence or something like that. Evil lives, though, because the guy was caught with drugs. Evil lives because he assaulted a guy who offended him. Now, is that dumb? Yes. Evil? You're conflating dumb with evil. These guys are just dumb. You know, they're unintelligent people. Unintelligent people don't mean evil. So it's a bit judgmental. They got convicted of a crime. Like, for example, someone's messing with my car and I blast them away. Am I evil? No, I'm the good guy. That guy was evil trying to kill it, but I'm going to jail. Prison probably for a long time. Why? Because the car ain't worth that much. And depending, where you are, it's illegal. Illegal has nothing to do with good and evil. It's just whether you violated a law. And so, I don't know if I know for a fact, not everyone who's in San Quentin is evil. They broke a law. There's maybe some correlation there, but it's not 100% overlap. And just because they're stupid and can't do hypothetical thinking doesn't mean they're evil either. They might cost the taxpayer some money, and the real evil people are the dumbasses that bred these poor people into existence. Those are the evil people. But, I'm not trying to be soft on crime either. I'm just trying to call this one over the plate, as you paid me to do. So there we go. But I guess how will we use it? The breakfast question? Is that like, say, potato? Is that like what? Because I'm not smart with the memes. If I'm out there on the social interwebs and someone says something stupid and I say, how would you feel if you hadn't had breakfast yesterday? Would that be the slam to see if they get it? Is that because it seems a little, it's not that clear of a cut. It's not that clear of an insult. All right. Convict Dick. Yep. Girls love Convict Dick, man. They love Convict Dick. Stable, reliable, law-abiding, fiscally responsible Joe? Absolutely not. Guys, come on. He's part of the audience. T-Rash, he's in the house. He'll tell you. T-Rash will tell you. All right, that's it. See you guys later, Toodles.